It was December 1, 1948. A cold winter morning in Adelaide, Australia. But for one man, it would be his last day on Earth. He would become known as the Somerton Man, the victim of a crime that has haunted investigators and intrigued the public for over 7 decades. The discovery of the Somerton Man's body sent shockwaves through the small community of Adelaide. The media was quick to sensationalize the story, but as the days went by, it became clear that this was no ordinary murder. The victim had no ID, no wallet, and no known associates. Detectives were baffled by the lack of evidence and the complete absence of any leads. They interviewed countless witnesses, scoured the area for clues, but it seemed as though the Somerton Man had vanished into thin air. As the years went by, investigators and researchers continued to pore over every shred of evidence, every hint of a lead. But the case remained unsolved, leaving behind only more questions than answers. Who was the Somerton Man? And what led him to this deserted beach on that fateful night? In 1948, the Somerton Man was found dead on a beach in Adelaide, South Australia. The investigation that followed was one of the largest in Australian history. Despite collecting over 30 witness statements, no one was ever charged in connection with his death. Theories abound, but the truth remains elusive. One witness claimed to have seen a woman arguing with the Somerton Man on the beach just before his death. However, when questioned further, her story began to unravel. Was she telling the truth, or did she have an ulterior motive? In the months following the Somerton Man's death, several coded messages began to appear on the South Australian coast. Were these messages connected to his murder, or were they simply prank calls? One theory suggests that the codes may have been written by a fellow soldier. The Somerton Man case remains one of Australia's most baffling cold cases. After 70 years, the truth about his identity and circumstances surrounding his death remain a mystery. Will new evidence ever be uncovered to solve this enigma? In the days following the Somerton Man's death, local newspapers carried details of the mysterious case. A small article from the Advertiser described how police were baffled by the lack of identification on the body. Despite an investigation, no one came forward to claim the man or provide any leads. The case remained shrouded in mystery. Among the evidence collected at the scene were several items that would become crucial to understanding the case. A packet of Capstan cigarettes, which was later identified as a rare brand from the UK, was discovered on the man's body. This small detail has led some investigators to believe the Somerton Man may have had connections to the British. As the investigation continued, police scoured the coastline for any sign of the man's identity or next of kin. However, it soon became apparent that he had no connections to Adelaide whatsoever. His death remained a mystery that seemed to have been deliberately planned. The lack of evidence and leads has left many to wonder if this case will ever be solved. One of the most enduring theories surrounding the Somerton Man's death centers around the cryptic message found on the back of his cigarette pack. Tamam shud is an ancient Persian phrase meaning ended. Some believe this was a deliberate attempt by the man to conceal his identity or send a message to someone else. Despite numerous attempts, no one has been able to decipher the true meaning behind these enigmatic words. On November 1, 1948, a 48-year-old man was found dead on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, South Australia. He was lying face down, with no identification on him. The only clue was a small piece of paper in his pocket with a cryptic message that would become the key to unraveling this mystery, Tamam shud. The phrase, Tamam shud, is an Arabic expression meaning ended or finished. But what did it mean in this context? Was it a clue, a message, or just a red herring? Investigators worked tirelessly to decipher the code, but it would remain one of the most baffling enigmas in Australian history. Researchers at Adelaide University's Oriental Studies Department were tasked with unraveling the meaning behind Tamam shud. They pored over ancient texts and scripts from the Middle East, searching for any connection to the mysterious code. But as they delved deeper into their research, they realized that the truth might be more complex than they ever imagined. Despite numerous investigations and theories, the identity of the Somerton Man remains a mystery. Who was he? What brought him to Adelaide that fateful night? Theories range from espionage to romance gone wrong. But one thing is certain, the truth behind Tamam Shud will remain hidden forever unless new evidence comes to light. As we close in on this enigmatic case, it's clear that the Somerton man's identity remains one of Australia's greatest unsolved mysteries. Despite decades of investigation, countless theories, and dogged determination from investigators, the truth has remained elusive. Theories abound: a spy, a codebreaker, a victim of circumstance, but none have been proven conclusively. As we conclude this story, it's essential to acknowledge that some cases will forever remain unsolved. But the Somerton man's mystery has had a lasting impact on Australia's collective consciousness. It serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities and uncertainties of human existence, leaving us with more questions than answers. And yet, in the end, it is not the solution we seek, but the story itself, a testament to the power of human curiosity and the enduring legacy of this haunting enigma.